Hey, welcome back to Dealer Confidential. We're glad you're here. We're pulling the curtain back on dealership transactions today, Greg, again. And we got an important subject, right? Fixed operations.
This is probably the hidden most important thing in a dealership.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, whenever we talk to clients and everything else, always it's, the brand, how many cars are you selling, all this other stuff. But that's not the story.
No. Yeah, it's such a valuable asset when you have a fixed operations department. You have the foundation to make a lot of money because, and we'll talk about this, service absorption is a key metric, right? And that's the degree of fixed expenses that are covered by the parts and service gross. So if it's 85%, your 85% of your fixed costs are being covered by the back end parts and service. Right. So you only have to cover 15% up front or in other places. So, would you rather be making money on the 15th of the month or the 28th of the month? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. If you've got a strong fixed operations department, you're in the money earlier in the month than you would be if you had a weak fixed operations department.
Right. For those independent dealers who are thinking about becoming OEM dealers, let's define what fixed ops is first of all. Fixed ops, Hal, as you just said, is basically a combination of service, parts, body shop, warranty claims, anything having to do with the operation of the vehicle rather than of the operation of the purchasing of new cars.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it.
Yeah, fixed ops to me, and I think because I've been surrounded by fixed ops, and so have you for your life, is really the most important aspect of a dealership. And what we're finding out is that this absorption rate. I usually won't even look at a dealership unless they have over 100% absorption rate. And like you said, Hal, the 100% absorption rate, or the absorption rate, is how much is the fixed ops / service / parts / body shop, whatever, paying into the expenses of the dealership. I like 100%. Just do. And
it means that anything that you make up front, gross wise, goes right to the bottom line.
Absolutely. It takes the pressure off of everybody up front. It allows them to buy cars properly, sell cars properly. But more importantly, it gives them the opportunity to really get closer to their customers, both in sales and service, and get a better, they call it CSI, which is a customer satisfaction index, which all the manufacturers and all of the consulting companies really work on that CSI. Who has the highest in the industry? What dealerships have the highest? What manufacturers have the highest? And it really all starts, Hal, and let's get back into fixed ops. It starts in the fixed ops department.
Well, it does, but think about it. I mean, your customer satisfaction is generally proven or not proven in the service lane, right?
Yep.
Everybody can be nice when they got the wallet out and their purse out and they're paying for the car, but when there's problems, a strong fixed operations department neutralizes those and turns the adversity of a repair into a positive if it's done properly. So that's one thing. Also, look, we know that the economy is cyclical. The car business is cyclical. You've got a good, strong back end, they call it, fixed operations. It smooths out your operating performance in the times where people are not buying that many new cars, right? It also is a selling tool. If you take care of people after they buy, they're going to buy again, and they're going to tell 100 people that you took care of them. So it's the gift that keeps on giving back there, right? I mean, it's phenomenal.
To me, it's the strongest department in a dealership. Like you just said, without that customer satisfaction, you don't have the referral program. You don't have wait, let's back up here for a second. CSI doesn't just mean you have good customers and that your customers are happy with you. Good CSI means that the manufacturer is going to be happy with you. So Hal, all your years at Ford, what does Ford pay for CSI? Good CSI.
Yeah, it's a big metric they watch for sure. Yeah. In fact, you can't get a dealership if you have bad CSI.
Right.
So whether you're buying or selling, you got to have your eye on this.
Yeah, and Hal, as you just mentioned, I think all manufacturers pay for quality CSI through rewards programs, through trips, through this.
All of the recognition programs have a CSA anchor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Let's talk about some of that right now. First, throughout the next 15 minutes or so, because, oh, by the way, our podcasts are now going to be a little shorter. We've gotten some feedback that, guys are very, very busy in the dealership, especially this time of year. They would love to sit down and spend a half hour, whatever it might be, reviewing our show. But they said, could you make it a little bit shorter so I can watch it during lunch or during my break or whatever? So that's what we're doing today. We're going to 15-minute segments. We'll have a lot more of them, but we're going to for 15 minutes so that our guys in dealerships and ad agencies and everywhere else will have a lot more time to do it. So let's jump back into the fixed ops. So the thing that we talked about before was the fact that a lot of people do not think of fixed ops when they're buying a dealership right off the bat. They pass the dealership, they look at it, it's pretty, it's wonderful. They go in through the showroom, and the showroom has the tile and the lights and the fixtures and everything else, and they get caught up in the Google Gaga of the dealership. And they go into the back. Very, very, very seldomly do they want to go into the back the first thing, because most of my clients will look at the showroom and they'll stay in the showroom for an extended period of time.
Yeah, the coffee's there, the soft chairs are there, there's little music in the background.
Yep.
It's really beautiful cars, glistening cars. Who wouldn't want to just hang out there, right?
Exactly. But that's not where they're making money usually, like we just said. So the point that I think is extremely important for our independents, because I'm getting a lot of, as you know, Hal, and I'm bringing them to you, we're getting a lot of independent dealers who are looking for OEM franchises. The problem with our independents is that they have very little, if no, experience in the fixed ops segment of the industry. They don't have service departments usually. Maybe if they do have a service department, it's just to fix up their used cars or trucks before they put them on the front line. And they don't understand how to run a service and parts and warranty business in the back.
Yeah.
So to our fixed ops guys, congratulations, you carry the dealership. To our independents who are looking to buy a dealership, let us help you. Let us educate you. Let us bring the right people to the table for you when and if you get that franchise. Because as we said, Hal is at 80% absorption in the back. I'm at 100% absorption. I want you to have 100% absorption. I want that to pay for everything. But the way you do that is you got to understand how it operates. So I'll get off it in a second. Our fixed op guys, be patient. We're going to educate you. We're going to help you. We're going to teach you what is this all about, this fixed ops and parts and customer relationship and everything else that we're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing that's really different about the back end versus the showroom is it's all about productivity, right? It's all about you got to do the job right. So let's start there, but you got to also do it in a productive manner, because all these jobs have certain, time, specifications by the book, right? And you want to be able to turn the jobs to the book so that you can make money. And if you do an hour job in 2 hours, you can only charge it for an hour or at least from the manufacturer on a warranty standpoint. So it's all about productivity in the back end, much so than the front end, where you can take a 2-hour lunch, and if you sell 4 cars in the afternoon, no one cares.
Right. And that's an important factor. It's not only the operation, it's the people behind the operation. It's you finding the right techs. As Hal just said, the techs that can do an hour job that the manufacturer allows you to do and you bill the client for, but he could do it in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that means that he has an extra 15 minutes to devote back to the dealership to take on another job and make, hopefully, a customer happy and a little more money for the dealership. So you have a whole slew of personnel in the back end of the business that you had no idea what to deal with. And again, we can spend an hour just on that. I mean, the service managers, the technicians, the service advisors, the customer relations people, the bookers, people who make the appointments, the people who follow up on the appointments after the appointment is made to make sure that the vehicle is to their satisfaction. So there's a whole plethora of people in the back end of that store that you probably never even thought about. And you know what the sad part is? Hell, a lot of these people who buy cars, new cars, they never go back to the dealership. They go somewhere else. And that's the shame of it all.
Particularly after the warranty is over, right? I mean, you go back, if you got a warranty issue, you're going to go back to the dealer because it's paid for by the factory. But after the warranty is over, that's the true sign of a really good fixed operations department, when you get that customer back after the warranty and you get a retail repair order that goes through, that's where you really make the money. So anybody can do the warranty work, but you got to do the retail repair.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing about that, as you said before, is, the technician, we just said that, their productivity. Also, how efficient is your warranty claim department? Because that's money. If you have an outstanding warranty claim and you're not getting it back from the manufacturer, we're going to help you bring the right people in, the warranty claims clerk who will handle that for the guy who repackages the old parts and sends them back. All of these things are absolutely key to the success of your fixed op operations. So we're gonna help you with all of those things, whether you're an independent, maybe you're an OEM dealer who's multiple dealerships. You still have to look at this. And the other thing I want to talk about, Hal, because we got about 5 minutes left, is we want to talk about your retention. How, because the service department is probably one of the most important departments to retain talent. Let's talk about that. What did Ford do to retain those?
Yeah, you got to pay these folks. I mean, I would argue that the highest job security that you could have is a certified master tech. That guy could leave your dealership and drive to the next store and have a new job in 15 minutes.
Easily.
Whatever time it is to take to the new store. So you got to treat these people right. You got to pay them right, and because they're absolutely essential to making this absorption that we're all talking about happen. Oh, especially if they're a master tech, and you got to let them get trained too. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, a lot of dealers will try to cut corners and not train back there, and you gotta have master techs. Those are they're bona fide.
And it may be, we're back to my students. It may be in another class that we talk about ASE certification, and all you mentioned a master tech and all the levels before a master tech and what the dealership needs. And these are things that a new dealer or a prospective client who wants to buy a new dealership, you have to at least be versed in it, because it's going to come up during the negotiation. It's going to come up during the letter of intent. How many people you retain, how many people are going to be going with the old dealer to another dealership. You got to look at all that stuff. And you may at first say, oh, okay, I'm just concerned with the sales manager and then, whatever the salespeople up front. No, the first thing you got to be concerned is, where's the director of service or the fixed op director going? Is he staying with the dealership? Where are my 12 techs going? Are they staying with the dealership or are they leaving? Where's my most important person in the place? And that's your service advisor, the one who speaks to the client and finds out what's wrong with the car and tells the client what's right with the car after. And then more importantly, gives them the bill. All of these things are so important.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, we're almost up to 15 minutes.
I'm selling a small store right now. They have 10 techs. 3 of them are master certified. I mean, 30% of their techs are master certified. I mean, it's a selling point. It's an actually value driver to this store. Yeah. And I tell any prospect about it. That's one of the first things I tell them is, you're getting 3 master techs.
And we're going to take, don't worry, we're going to take a lot more time in the upcoming podcast to talk a little bit more about each of those departments, talk about warranty claims, talk about all that other stuff. But right now I'm going to do as Hal calls it, my shameless petition for you guys. www.dealerconfidentialpodcast.com.
That's the one.
We would love to have you come to our website, sign up for Hal's white paper. He's coming out with a new one January 1st.
That's true. Week.
Hope it's ready.
Yep.
You'll get our newsletters. You'll get all our emails. You get everything. But go, again, it's dealerconfidentialpodcast.com. And you'll also, by the way, you'll also be able to see all of our older podcasts, those half-hour podcasts. They're all there on YouTube and all the other channels. We'd love to have you go on there and take a look at all of those and look at them again. So with that out of the way, what are we talking about next, Hal?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it, have we?
Yeah, we have, but the holidays are kind of really messed
we've got a couple of guests that we've been
trying to, exactly it.
Okay, but we need to confirm those. I think we ought to probably do one on body shop, but there's 100 different subjects.
Yeah, exactly. We'll probably get another 15-minute in this week sometime for you guys, and we'll send it out. And then after that, we're going to go to our guest speaker series. And then after that, we're going to go to our call-ins. And then after that, we're going to go to my students. They want a show dedicated to them. But in the next couple of weeks, stay tuned. What kind of people, Hal, are we going to bring on as guest speakers? Give us a sample.
We've got bankers, we've got attorneys, we've got some tax guys we can talk to. We've got some dealer principals that expressed an interest in coming on and telling their real live story about their deals and things they could have done differently or success stories. The gamut. We got the whole spectrum.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Yep.
Okay, everybody. Dealerconfidential.com.
You got it. Thanks,
No,
Greg.
no. Dealerconfidentialpodcast.com.
Right.
We'll get that right. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thanks, Al.
See ya.